Hi Daily Dragons, this is Miss Coach and welcome back to the Writer's Workshop, the literary essay series for Lesson 4. Let's jump right in. First, let's review how to write a literary essay. In our lessons 1, 2, and 3, we were growing our ideas about a text, and more specifically, we were growing ideas about Esperanza in our core novel. We used thought prompts, we asked questions of the text, and we paid close attention to the characters in the story when we noted Esperanza's traits, motivations, struggles, changes, her big changes, and her relationships throughout the story. For today, for Lesson 4, I want to teach you that when you are writing a literary essay, just like when you write a personal or persuasive essay, you find your seed idea, your thesis, by first rereading all your related entries and thinking, what is the big idea I really want to say about Esperanza? Let's try practicing with our mentor text, the story Fox. Remember Dog and Magpie the bird? Well, here are my notes about the story. At the beginning of the story, Magpie is hurt and Dog comes to her rescue. He carries Magpie gently in his mouth. This shows he is trying to help her, not hurt her. Dog carries Magpie to his cave and takes care of her burnt wing. Dog really wants to help Magpie. He helps her wing get better, and then he tries to help her spirits get better. Magpie does not want Dog's help, but Dog keeps trying. This shows that he doesn't give up easily. He tries to cheer Magpie up by telling her that he is blind and life is still good, but Magpie can only focus on the fact that she will no longer fly because of her burnt wing. For some reason, she won't let Dog help her. Now, when you go back and look at your notes and your homework, your previous homework assignments about Esperanza, you'll be looking for the big ideas about Esperanza, not the facts. So for example, here in my notes about the story, Fox. A fact would be that Dog carries Magpie gently in his mouth. But that's not an idea about Dog. An idea from this fact is that this shows he is trying to help her and not hurt her, right? That he really wants to help Magpie. Also, another idea that I was able to find is underlined is that Dog doesn't give up easily, even though Magpie kept insisting that she didn't want his help, right? And my last idea is, for some reason, she won't let Dog help her. So based on these ideas, I came up with some possible thesis statements. One is Dog wants to save Magpie. A second possible thesis statement is Dog tries to help Magpie in different ways. And my last thesis statement is Magpie doesn't appreciate Dog's friendship. Now, once you've come up with a list of possible thesis statements, you need to test your thesis to make sure it's strong by asking key questions. Here are 2 questions that you should be asking. One is, does this opinion relate to more than one part of the text, the story? Because if it's only relating to one part of the text, then that idea is not strong enough. It should relate to multiple parts of the story. And the second question asked to test your thesis is there enough evidence to support your thesis, to prove it? If you can't come up with enough evidence, then that means your idea is not strong enough. You need to go back to the drawing board. So let's test out Dog wants to save Magpie. Right? Does this opinion relate to more than one part of the text? And is there enough evidence to support this, that Dog wants to save Magpie? Well, when I look back at the text, it's only the beginning of the story where Dog saves Magpie. So it's not that strong of a thesis. But, however, him saving Magpie shows that he's caring, that he's helpful, that he doesn't give up easily, that he wants to be a good friend. And that's I have plenty of evidence to support that. So I'm going to change my thesis from Dog wants to save Magpie to Dog is a good friend to Magpie because he shows us throughout the story. Can you think of any evidence to show that dog is a good friend to Magpie? If you can, type it in the chat or in the comments below. Here is my box and bullets. Right? So in my box is my thesis. Dog is a good friend to Magpie. And my first bullet point, my first evidence is dog is a good friend because he is caring. Remember his gentle mouth? He could have easily gobbled up Magpie, but he chose not to. My second reason is dog is a good friend because he is helpful. He tries to cheer her up by telling her that he is blind and life is still good. So maybe life wouldn't be so bad if she could no longer fly. My third reason is dog is a good friend because he doesn't give up on his friend. He waited a whole week for her to wake up, even though she insisted that she didn't want his help. Now, let's recap. To write your literary essay, you've grown your ideas about Esperanza. You used thought prompts, you asked questions, right? You noted her traits, her struggles, some of the changes that she's going through. And today, you will look through your homework assignments and your notes, and you will find a big idea that is really important to you, and then you will write a thesis. Now, before you create your box and bullets, you must test out your thesis by asking the two questions. Does this opinion relate to more than one part of the text? And is there enough evidence to support it? Now, here is your homework. The link to your assignment is below in the description. The assignment is titled 4th Grade Literary Essay Homework 04. And you may complete it in your writer's handbook or a lined sheet of paper. But please remember to be organized, title your assignments, and keep all your writer's workshop assignments together. This is what your homework looks like. It is titled Session 4, Homework, Crafting Your Thesis. There are 3 steps. Step 1 is to read over your writer's homework assignments for lessons 1, 2, and 3 and list at least 3 possible thesis statements about Esperanza Rising. Remember to look for ideas and not the facts. Once you've come up with 3 possible thesis statements, you must, number 2, test all your thesis statements by asking the 2 key questions. The questions are listed on number 2 in your homework assignment. And number 3, you will choose your strongest thesis statement and create a box and bullets for it, just like for your opinion essay. You will write your thesis, your main idea in the box, and below you will write at least 3 bullets and complete sentences that shows evidence to support your thesis, that proves your thesis. Once you've completed your box and bullets, you will share your box and bullets on Padlet. The title is called 4/16/20 WW number 4 ER Box and Bullets. ER stands for Esperanza Rising. After you've posted your box and bullets, remember to comment on at least 3 classmates' box and bullets. If you have any further questions about your homework assignment, please contact Ms. Lichto or Ms. Coach through Microsoft Teams or through our weekly Zoom meetings. This concludes Lesson 4 for our Writer's Workshop, the Literary Essay Series. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.